Hello everyone, it's Vicky here today designing for Pink Fresh Studio, and I am using the Delightful collection, which is full of lovely pastel colours, watercolour effect embellishments, really pretty. And I want to use this paper, and I'm going to cut it into 1 centimetre strips. Now for my American friends, 1 centimetre is about 3/8 of an inch, I think. It's not crucial. I just did lots of strips, and 1 centimetre was easy for me on my European trimmer. So I cut all of them. As you can see, I skipped through that, and I'm going to roll the bottom of each one. I want to create a really textural, dimensional page. So I go through all of these just with a little thin paintbrush and do a roll at the bottom. And they're all going to be different lengths. And I'm just going to place them on the page. And I'll skip through that in just a second as well. There you can see them all done. And now I'm just going to put some double-sided tape down the side of my page and just stick each one down loosely to the edge so that I can make sure they all fit on there. Again, I will skip through that because it's a little tedious to watch. There we go. There's the last one going on. There was a bit of space at the bottom, which was too small for a whole piece, but so I left that white. And now I'm just going to put a bit of glue under each just to stick it slightly better to the page. I'm going to leave the other ends mostly up as they are, just loose, but I do stick some of them down in a bit. So I have a photo here of me and some friends at Disney, and we're in front of the Princess Castle, and I thought it went really well with these colours, so I thought I would use that here. And I'm picking out some embellishments that I think could work. There's lots and lots in here. As I said, it's got a very watercolour-y feel, this collection, so it's just very soft and pretty. And as usual for Pink Fresh, their florals are beautiful, but I'm not really going to use any florals today. I'm going to use some other bits and pieces. These little vellum pieces are fabulous. I really like those. They're new, and well, they're new for recent collections, so I don't know if they've been done before, but they're super pretty, and I used them on my last layout. Yeah, they're really nice. And now I'm going to cut out some of these leaves from this paper here because I used all the vellum leaves before on my previous layout. I had none left, so I wanted to use these watercolour ones. And so I cut out various different ones. I cut about 5, I think, in the different colours that are on the page. And again, I skipped through that so that you don't have to watch me do the cutting. But I've got all those, and then I decided that I do want some flowers to go with these leaves. So what I'm going to do is get out some little punches and punch some more flowers in the same colours. So this is just a little old punch that I have in my collection, on my stash, I mean. And so I'm just going to use that and cut out some different colours. Paper always makes your stash go further. If you've got some punches, you can make your stash go as far as you like. Okay, so I cut out a few of those small ones, and then I'm going to cut a couple of big ones. And I had to use some different paper for the big ones because those leaves aren't quite big enough for the punch to get colour on them. So a couple of green ones and a pink one there. Okay, and just clearing up my desk. I'm trying to be a neater scrapper. We'll see if that carries on. So what I'm doing now is I'm just adding some dimension to the flowers just by sort of poking in the centre of them. This is my, it's like I use it for picking up gems, but it was quite good to make a dent in the middle. So if I just put it in the middle of my palm and push, it makes a little dimensional flower. And just makes them look a little bit more interesting on the page, I think. Okay, so it's a bit of a hot mess at the moment. Everything is everywhere, but I'm going to put some tissue paper on the back of my photo just to add some separation from the page. and cut round it, and I'm going to screw it into a little ball to add some texture to it, and then stick the photo down. Excuse my throat, I have a scratchy throat today. Okay, so that's where my photo is going to go. I'm going to put some foam on the back so that it's a little bit popped off the page. There's so much dimension in the curls that I made that I want to just make sure that the photo also pops up. And I'm going to stick that down because I know the photo will go there. So now I'm going to start to arrange everything around the page, and I'm going to add a bit of dimension to the leaves by just curling up the edges. And that's always a good tip for doing that. Okay, and just arranging those sort of in colour order on the page. So the greens will be up near the greens on the paper and the pinks at the bottom. And I like that little vellum piece that says "Make more room for love and laughter." So I'm going to put that there overlapping the photo. It's a little wreath I cut in half there. I'm going to put some down on the pink and some up on the green to colour code it. There we go. Just sticking things down. Lots of gluing going on here. What I realised is I curled a couple of those at the top a little bit too far, so I'm going to, these are the only ones I'm going to stick down. I'm just going to stick them so they're a little bit further over, just to make that area look a bit neater. Okay, so I stick this vellum piece onto some paper in the end because I realised it couldn't be read very well on top of the photo. So I stick it on some white cardstock and then just cut round it and stick it down, and then that makes it much easier to read. I was sad to lose the vellum effect, but I did think it was difficult to read. If I had it on plain, it would have been better, I think. So I'm going to stick down my flowers as well, just arranging those again in colour order on the page. Some of them are going to overlap the photo slightly, some of them aren't. One day maybe I'll do a photo with layout, sorry, without flowers. Okay, there we go. I'm going to stick down that little piece as well. Just holding some of the flowers because they're sort of sitting on top of things. Just want to make sure they stay. I've got a couple of pieces of chipboard flair. That one says "Good Life," and then I've also got one that says "Love," and the other one says "Enjoy." And they're just sort of tucking in there. And a couple of butterflies. This is a vellum butterfly. I'm going to put that over there on the side. I do put another one on, maybe not quite at this moment. So gems, I'm going to put these little gems on the flowers, one on each of the flowers, and yeah, these pink fresh gems are fantastic. I love them. And there's colours, you know, there's a colour for everything, so everything coordinates, it's perfect. So pink on the pink, yellow on the yellow, green on the green, blue on the blue. There they are, there's all the different colours. I skipped through it a little bit so that you didn't have to watch me stick them all. There were quite a few there. So I think about using this little tag, but I don't in the end. I want to put some words on for a title, so I'm just sort of thinking about that at the minute. I stick that little vellum piece over there that says "So Much Fun." I like that there. I'm just going to put a butterfly on. I think about putting a gold one, but I settle actually for this one that's sort of yellow and orange. And I put that one on there. And I like how that one looks. Okay, some enamel dots. Just put a couple around those, a couple of those flare and some at the bottom. So again, I colour code them and just put them around. They're not super noticeable, but just adds that little extra little bit to the layout. I love the effect this rolling of the paper has given me. Lots of little rolls, sort of given me a really messy edge, but lots of texture and lots to look at. Okay, what am I doing now? I'm looking for a title, and these little title packs are fantastic. I love them. And I settle on this one that says ridiculously amazing. Going to Disney was ridiculously amazing. I loved it. I just have to stick a couple of those, actually, those rolls down, because the title wouldn't quite fit in there with them rolled up. So I'm going to stick my title onto the photo. Doesn't really cover anything. A couple of pairs of shoes. I don't think that's going to be an issue. And that fits in there really nicely. I think we're just about at the end. Yeah, there we go. There's the final layout. I hope that it inspires you in some way for using this collection. I love it. It's a really pretty collection, and I love the watercolour effects in it. The close-ups are there if you want to see anything at a bit closer up, but I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Please do shout out and I will answer them for you. So that's it. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. This has been Vicki for Pink Fresh Studio. Bye bye.